While a civil rights bill was ultimately passed, there are still many struggles in order to do so. Two famous guys that obstructed but actually helped out a national passage of the bill are George Wallace and Bull Connor. George Wallace, in his forever speech in Alabama, once said, "Today I have stood where Jefferson Davis stood and took an oath to my people. It is very appropriate that from the cradle of the Confederacy, this very heart of the great Anglo-Saxon Southland, that today was a drum for freedom, and have our generations of forebears before us done, time and time through history. Let us rise to the call of freedom, loving blood that is in us, and send our answer to the tyranny that clangs its chains upon the South. In the name of the greatest people that have ever trod this earth, I draw the line in the dust and toss the gauntlet before the feet of tyranny, and I say, segregation today, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever." Bull Connor once said, "These segregation laws are still constitutional, and I promise you that until they are removed from the ordinance books of Birmingham and the statute books of Alabama, they will be enforced in Birmingham to the utmost of my ability." JFK later said that the civil rights era should thank God for Bull Connor because he helped it just as much as Abe Lincoln. Bull Connor was also known to release dogs at children and adolescents who were protesting. Here's a map of the greater Columbus area. On the left is the map of the larger map, and each blue dot is a white person, each green dot is a black person. You see there are many more blue dots for white people on the western side and northern and all around, and while the green dots are primarily centered in the center of the city on the eastern side. On the right is a smaller map that is more closer to campus, and you'll see that I-71 here primarily splits in half between the black communities and the white communities. This causes the white communities to have much more funded schools that are nicer, while they're able to give less funding to the inner city schools that are minority groups. Highways are good separators between races because children don't cross over a highway to play with other children. So people could be even 700 to 800 feet apart, but it's like they're miles away because of a highway. Another reason that racism has struggled to and legislation has failed to pass is because many districts in America have been gerrymandered, mostly by Republicans, but also by Democrats, to keep certain people in power. On the left, you see Florida District 5 that has been gerrymandered by Republicans to contain almost all of the Democratic candidates, Democrats in Florida, Central Florida, into one district. On the right, you see other ridiculous gerrymanderings that usually keep either Republicans or all Democrats in a high majority in one district. Most people would agree that these are ridiculous, but they go on and they have prevented from farther civil rights legislation from being passed.